I got a new camera. Well, new for me. It's 1976 Canon AE-1. I've got my favorite film stock in it. Of course, first subjects that I've shot with it were my dogs. I've played with it a little bit inside, and then I took it out for a walk, and this is where I've captured this image. Dogs blend in so well into chaotic lines of aspens, they become a part of the landscape. At the same time, they stand out. This photo really conveys how it felt to be there, and that's probably one of the best things that you can accomplish with your photography, is portray not just how things look, but how they feel. It's probably the best image of the whole roll. Technically, it's a bad image. However, it portrays Cody's and Kenai's personalities so well. The next image is very wintry. Next step with the new camera was to take it hunting, and this is what we did. It didn't take long to get an opportunity for a dev grip portrait. This time I wasn't bold enough to try and capture the point, instead of focused on my shooting, and that's how I got the shot. There were a few birds that dogs worked that were completely out of range, either cameras or the guns, so we did not capture these, but nevertheless we carried on. Nat, ever hopeful, tried to capture me falling through ice, but spoiler alert, it did not happen this time. While I was trying to get pheasants out of the thickets, Nat managed to capture this martin doing its martin business, which was pretty cool. The martin wasn't the only one enjoying the water that day, and later I've captured this image, a photo of Kenai tracking in the water. Late in the day, we met up with a friend whose photography really inspires me. I will leave the link in the description so you can check out his pictures. I think it's worth your time. I've put my film camera away because I wanted to capture some color, and this is when I took this image. Hunter and his dog in the uphill battle. For those of you familiar with bird dogs, you might ask why the setter is so close to Hunter, and the answer is because John hunts with two dogs, and he keeps one dog close to him while another dog hunts while this dog is resting, and then he swaps them. It's actually a really cool way to hunt, and I'm probably gonna implement the same method with my boys as soon as Kenai will be really independent. So this brings us to the next image. The light in this image is fabulous, with epic mountains in the background. But what really makes it for me is the dog's face expression. It's so clear that the dog isn't here to pose for pictures, it's here to find birds. And we're in the way, and we're distracting it from its mission. Next, of course, one and only Mr. Coda. As our hunt went on, we kept seeing signs of birds, but we were not lucky enough to make contact with one. And this is when I took this image. So here's the story behind this picture. Boys found a dead head, while still attached to the rest of the deer's carcass. And I've decided to separate the head to move it to a little bit more picturesque side where it will align with my vision of the picture I wanted to take. And I took this image. Eventually Diana and Hubert smiled on us, and we got a partridge from undercoated point and Kenai's backing. To make these a little bit more fun and playful, I've added an orange reflector to the sheet. One thing about shooting film is that you don't know about any technical difficulties that you might encounter until you process the film. I wish that this one shot hadn't been cooked. Who would have expected to see an Opel Kadett in the middle of Montana? I definitely wouldn't. But apparently, these were sold in the US. Who knew? We carried on to the next spot, and this is where I took this image. The clouds and the alignment of the subjects create the sense of depth, really capturing that feeling of endless prairies. The big highlight of the trip was Snap getting her first partridge. She got it from undercoated point with Kenai backing and with insane shot. I wish one day I can shoot like that. On our way home, the sun was setting, and we were driving through the prairies, and I stopped to take a few aerial shots. So that's about it. Let me know in the comments what was your favorite image, and we'll see you next time.